At just 20, Alexander the Great began his invasion of the Middle East. At 20, I was terrified of speaking to my crush. My self-confidence level was so low, it could trip over a piece of paper. These days, I am doing great, although nothing close to invading the Middle East. In this video, I discuss 5 crazy ways you too can build your confidence. Don't skip this video, or you risk the wrath of Alexander the Great. Let's dive in. First, accept the truth about yourself. Your lack of confidence stems from self-doubt. If you think you suck, then you suck. It's that simple. And because you suck, you doubt yourself. But this self-doubt is not a bad thing. Alexander did not fall from the sky, all confident. He sucked too at one point. As a teenager, Alexander's father, King Philip II, hired Aristotle to be his private tutor for 3 years. That is like my father hiring Jordan Peterson to be my private tutor when I was just 15. But I didn't get that. I couldn't talk to my crush because I had no game, dressed like a leprechaun, and had nothing really going for me. This was a true assessment of my condition back then. And frankly, it really had nothing to do with the girl. I wouldn't even date me. I sucked, and I had to accept that fact about myself. Same thing applies to you. If you sound like a broken record when you sing, it would be a crime to be so confident to sing in front of a crowd and not expect to be booed. Imagine Keanu Reeves can't act to save his own life, yet walks around with the charisma of a Hollywood celebrity demanding to be treated as one. Wouldn't that be insane? So, accept the fact that you suck and then do something about it, which leads to the second step towards building self-confidence. Be better. Have you ever mutilated yourself in your struggle with lack of self-confidence? Vincent van Gogh did. In his struggle with self-doubt about his paintings and other related mental issues, he cut off a part of his own ears. Today, he is considered one of the greatest artists to ever live. How? Well, according to him, if you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced. 99% of your issues with confidence can be solved by improving yourself. That's what I did, and it is what every single self-confident person does. Dedication to a life of self-improvement is the key to unlocking boundless self-confidence. If you don't know where to start from, just deal with the basics. Take your bath daily and, if possible, twice a day. Do some press-ups and push-ups every day. Understand your body type and dress accordingly. Read daily. You will be surprised at how much confidence will flood into you if you do these consistently. Your self-doubt will begin to give way to self-respect. Apply this same principle to other areas of your life where you feel inadequate, and you will see yourself transform like an Autobot. However, note that, where most things can be self-improved, some things cannot be changed. I have big lips, literally, and there is not a goddamn thing I can do about it. Well, maybe except liposuction. Same way, some people are born with low IQ, some are born with strange body features. So, how do you deal with these? This leads to the 4th step, which is, don't take yourself too serious. 10 ugly guys who married supermodels. That's a real article I came across recently. The audacity of those men. Imperfect, yet confident enough to bag those innocent Victoria's Secret models. How about world leaders and notorious rulers past and present? Men like Napoleon, who was rumored to be just above 5 feet, yet led men into battles. The fact is, no one is perfect, including you. But the least we owe ourselves and others is to work on traits that can be worked on, and not take too serious traits that cannot be changed. In essence, don't take yourself too seriously. If you are short, there is not a darn thing you can do about it. So, embrace it by not taking it too serious. If you can laugh at yourself, you have successfully disarmed mockers, critics, and haters. To laugh at yourself is to accept and love yourself. First, this takes away the awkwardness that might come from people trying not to step on eggs around you. You would be surprised that many will feel free to love and accept you once they know you love yourself. But all self-deprecating humor isn't often enough to get narcissists and sadists of our backs. So, how do you treat those who are keen on punching a hole in your confidence by constantly bringing up things you cannot change? You do this by spotting bullshit early and kicking it out. This is the 5th step to becoming more confident. Everything that you want me to be is falling apart right in front of you. This is a lyric from Numb, a song by Linkin Park, one of my favorite rock bands. Chester's voice echoed our frustration, dealing with people sworn to only bring us down. The voice of Goliath, taunting us day and night, pointing out our so-called weaknesses and mocking our strength. Oh, wouldn't you just love to introduce their foreheads to a stone and test the sharpness of your sword on their beautiful neck? Fortunately, you can't. Also, fortunately, one thing you can do is spot these individuals early enough before they get close to you and ignore them. I have had my own share of wet blankets. And after years of dealing with them, I realize it is better to drink a glass full of tapeworms than take these jerkasses seriously. In the grand scheme of life and all that is important, they do not matter. There are bosses who do not deserve a second of the day to be self-conscious about. There are individuals who, however charismatic or magnetic they may seem, are a complete waste of time. Imagine shaking in your boots because of a materialistic, narcissistic, or malicious cow. Embarrassing, wouldn't you agree? So, the best option is to be able to spot these individuals, their bullshit, and ignore them. If you follow all the steps discussed so far, you will find your confidence soar. But there is just one step left. Have a high standard. Jennifer Lawrence freaked out at the sight of Matt Damon. She melted over at the sight of Jack Nicholson. There are probably 100,000 or so people who would equally need a huge dose of confidence to stand before Jennifer Lawrence. Where you need to build your confidence to stand before a crowd, your boss, or a crush, there should also be people who need to build their confidence to stand before you. You should be a man in whose presence women get weak knees. As much as you are, a guy needs a dose of confidence to step up to some women. You should have people look up to you at work or in society, as much as you also look up to others. Confidence is a two-way street. And how do you do this? It is quite easy. Continuously set higher standards for yourself in every single area of your life. Your goal must be to outdo yourself every day. Start with 29 press-ups, and then keep the number growing. Start a business, and then another, and another. Help one person in a month, and then 2 the next month. Keep the number growing. Write a book, and another, and another. And soon, you will find people literally shake in their boots when in your presence in awe and admiration. So, there you have it, my crazy steps to growing in confidence. Before you go, I have an appeal. Being a creator is fun, and yes, very tasking. The joy of every creator is to see their content change lives while building a positive community. Kindly help me achieve this goal by liking this video, but more importantly, subscribe to our channel.